What's up? We back. We back for the section that we call a little
A
deeper.
little deeper. I'd like to term it our spiritual journal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We basically speaking our journal out there.
Last couple days, I feel like that I'm just not living up to my potential, and so I'm kind of shrinking back a bit. You lose sight of that because, especially when things go well,
Yeah.
and then right after things go well, they're
Mm-hmm.
not going as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, um, I was kind of like in a mode, just like, things just aren't happening. Like, I'm not as disciplined as when I was in my fast, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? And now
boy.
things are falling off. I'm
Ooh.
not all the way back undisciplined. I'm still reading. The reading
Yeah.
part's good, but the way I was eating and the way
Yeah.
it's affecting my mood too.
Yeah.
So now I'm just like, man, well, I just snapped at my wife, so now I'm not spiritual anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So um, really just kind of getting in touch with that. Like, it's okay to feel those things, but like to internalize it and, just kind of throw everything out with the bathwater, you know, because part of the sermon on Sunday was just checking like selfishness. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, what are the traits of a selfish person?
Yeah.
you know and I was being kind of selfish yesterday, and interacting with my wife, and we were
Mm-hmm.
discussing some ministry stuff, and um I was just getting kind of short and frustrated with some things, and this is not necessary. This is what work looks like. You're
Yeah.
working with people, you're trying to get a plan in motion. We're
Mm-hmm.
trying to get rotations filled, we're trying to
Yeah.
get in touch with people, and things don't always happen the way you plan you
That's
know
very true.
and so I found myself usually, like, during the fast,
Yeah.
stuff was just rolling off my back. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like, really, they were
Yeah.
just like, oh, all right, cool,
Right at the
God will
feet
do
of
it.
Jesus right there.
It's like, God will do it. I'll just
Mm.
talk to somebody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Somebody else needs Jesus, so I'll just talk to somebody else if they
Right.
ain't answering my phone. That was just my mode, and just working on that the godly sorrow they tell you about when you first study. To
Yeah.
You can feel bad about it, but you just don't like stay down. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, what about you, Darius J?
Well, I would say for the most part, man, just trying to deal with life as it come. I feel like last week was a lot of high pressure situations.
Oh.
Some by my fault and a lot by just life. You know what I'm saying? Like one of my great uncles passed, and it just seemed like there's been a lot of deaths around. You know what I'm saying? And like, most of the time, it take me a while to process death and just to see how I feel about it. To be able to say how I feel about it. Because most of the time, I just kind of like numb over
Mm.
and just continue to go on my life. But then my attitude gets short. Um, my responsiveness to people ain't as great. But then it's like going into the weekend, I start having a lot of stuff to be grateful about. You know what I'm saying? I start thinking about what I'm grateful for. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, me being alive, my wife being alive, me having a healthy group of friends. And even in going into a Saturday where me and my brother, we went to Big Dave's cheesesteak
Mm.
downtown. We eventually sat down, you know what I'm saying, and we were sitting down talking, and then there was somebody sitting beside us. We was kind of chatting up with them. Then they left, and then they was like, "Who's sitting here?" And they sat down beside us, you know what I'm saying, and we just started talking, and we talking more and more. And then we started talking about our faith and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they go to Word of Faith, Bishop
Oh, okay.
Bronner Church. So,
Yeah, I
you
heard
know, we
of
was talking, and they was telling me about that because they actually trying to recruit you, boy, for the AV department.
it. What?
Yo, they was just like, hey, you can just come at 6 o'clock service and just I can introduce you to the leader, and
Oh
you can
Lord.
start, you know what I'm saying, working. I was like, nah.
It's like an episode of the gospel or something,
I'm
or
telling you, I was
some
like,
movie.
oh snap! I kind of felt good about it too. I was like, hey man, y'all thought enough of me to, you know what I'm saying? I showed y'all a little bit of my work, you know.
Gonna be a montage scene of you like, I got the victory. I got the sweet victory in Jesus. Show the crowd and you just working it.
Had the headphones on.
Then your suits get fancier and you roll up in a Range Rover. I don't know. Nah,
But we just
I'm
started talking
joking.
about God, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And we started talking about relationships, and I told him like me and my wife's, you know what I'm saying, process of going to get married, and how I was just telling them just like, yo, they was just like, yo, you a celibate? I was like, yeah,
Mm,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
No cheeks,
Not selling a bit. Selling a
not
bit.
exactly. And I like my wife was celibate for even longer than I was. She
Mm.
was celibate for like 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
They was just like they almost worshipped her. Who is this God? Siobhan of the
Mm.
Jones clan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, just to be able to share that and talk about God, and basically, man, we almost had church in that place. Like we
Nice.
was talking and everybody was around just talking, and then all of a sudden all the focus was on me, and I was just like,
Oh
oh,
man.
y'all listening to me.
Exactly.
Because the dude at the other table was listening, and the ladies was from the other. I was like, oh, okay. All right, God. You know what I'm saying? Through my relationship, I guess.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it was good, man, and I was able to just like impart some wisdom and give some biblical guidance on some things for people and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And told them where I was at, where we was at. I was like, I know y'all can go to Word of Faith. You know what I'm saying? And some of y'all, hey, The Path. You
Right.
know, 1890 Donnelly Hollowell Parkway, ATL, Georgia. What it do for you? You know what I'm saying? But it ended up turning out to be something good like that, man. And it gave me energy for some reason, man. Like it energized me. I was like, I had came to church happier than I had ever came in a while. If you ain't really internalizing the word, making it a part of your spirit, mind, body, and soul, you won't make it, and you won't bring people to the true ministry of Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and interesting you say that because I reflected that on too. Like, um, just where my mind is at when I don't agree with things or
Yeah.
things are going wrong, or just like I have a challenge set before me that I'm not comfortable with. Um, my first instinct is to kind of, well, does it have to be done this way?
Yeah.
And see, that's not a bad thing to have in your mind,
No.
but at the same time, it just kind of makes you dodge challenges,
Yeah, yeah.
and it makes you question authority more than you should.
Yup.
You know,
And that's what started happening to me.
you know what I mean.
You know what I'm
So,
saying?
that imitate before you innovate. You know, you're talking to the loose nail right here, as far as being hammered. You know what I mean? Like, never
Yeah.
get hammered down, because I would always figure like if I disagree with somebody or somebody disagrees with me, they're just like, well, you just don't understand me. You just refuse to understand me.
Yeah.
You have a bend against me, because if you were thinking with your right mind, you'd agree with me, because I don't say foolish things.
Yeah.
That was my whole logic with that, like with ideas and just things I wanted to do with the ministry and starting things and stuff. It was just so I was just like a loose cannon.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I took to an idea, I
You a
just
renegade cop.
exactly. I just talk with some friends and we just get it started. And I'm riling people up is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, so I reflected on that, and you know, sometimes, you know, if the devil has his way, you think back, you feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
You know, you're just like, yeah,
I
I
can't
kind
believe I
of
let him take advantage of me like that.
exactly. I led some people down a really bad place.
Yeah.
You know, potentially. Thank God it didn't really take too much, but you know, it was just some selfish motives. I just wanted to carve out this comfortable place for myself
Yeah.
when it came to God and ministry and stuff like that, instead of meeting, uh, going to God with it and asking, can I do? How can I get lower so that He can be higher?
Mm.
You know?
Cause this isn't even just something that I'm learning going forward, man. It's just how to direct the energy. You know what I'm saying? And how to recognize, you know what I'm saying, even in the situation, what's going on around you, why you feeling how you feeling. You know what I'm
Right, the
saying?
why.
Because most time
Get down to it.
you gotta ask that question
Yeah.
because you ain't gonna get the answer, the real answer, unless you question yourself
Mm.
and find out what's the root of this. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? If you don't get the root of it, you're gonna hit this problem the same way you hit it this time.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? That is like one of the biggest things that I've been learning this 2020. But, hopefully I can break through.
That's right.